A potential spoiler about Liv Morgan's WWE return has been revealed ahead of tonight's episode of Raw. The 30-year-old is currently on hiatus from the company after being cast in Bad Lieutenant. Tokyo. This week's edition of WWE Raw will air live from South Carolina, and Morgan is one of the featured stars advertised for tonight's show on the company's official website. The veteran has not competed in a match on the Red brand since capturing the Women's Tag Team Championship alongside Raquel Rodriguez on April 21st. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan lost the Women's Tag Team Championship to Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria at WWE WrestleMania 41. However, the duo won the titles back the following night on Raw, and Lynch turned heel following the match. The man attacked Lyra Valkyria and challenged for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Backlash earlier this month, but came up short. Rodriguez and Morgan have now held the Women's Tag Team Championship 4 times together. Liv Morgan recently shot down the idea of Dominic Mysterio squaring off against Rhea Ripley in a singles match. Dirty Dom betrayed Ripley last year at SummerSlam to align with Morgan. In an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling's Riju Dasgupta, the Judgment Day star claimed the idea of Ripley and Mysterio having a match was dumb. She noted that Mysterio had already destroyed the Eradicator emotionally, and there was no need for them to have a match. Liv Morgan's impressive reign as Women's World Champion came to an end at the hands of Rhea Ripley on the January 6th edition of WWE Raw. Io Sky captured the title from Ripley on the Raw following Elimination Chamber, and is still the reigning champion. It will be fascinating to see what the company has planned for Morgan following her return to action. Liv Morgan has been one of WWE's most dynamic and beloved superstars in recent years, transitioning from an underdog fan favorite to a legitimate champion and contender. With her athleticism, charisma, and resilience, Liv has captured the hearts of WWE fans worldwide. After her emotional title win, a string of high-profile matches, and a hiatus following an injury, the burning question remains: when will Liv Morgan return to WWE? And what will her storyline look like? Let's dive into potential spoilers, storylines, and what could be in store for the fan favorite upon her return. Liv Morgan's journey to the top. Liv Morgan's journey to the top of WWE has been nothing short of inspiring. She first appeared on the main roster as a member of the Riot Squad, a faction that seemed destined for greatness, but ultimately never achieved its full potential. However, Liv's talent and personality shone through, and she eventually broke out as a solo competitor. In 2022, Liv achieved what many fans had hoped for. She became SmackDown Women's Champion, winning the title at Money in the Bank after a hard-fought battle with Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan's victory was emotional not just for her, but for her fans as well. It symbolized years of hard work and dedication paying off. Unfortunately, her reign was cut short by Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, but Liv's ascent to the championship proved that she had the capability to hold her own against the company's top women's talent. Before her hiatus in 2023, Liv's character was increasingly focused on a more mature, aggressive edge. She had showcased a darker side to her character, especially during her feud with Ronda Rousey. And her alliance with Raquel Rodriguez in the women's tag team division was something fans thought could propel her into further prominence. However, an injury cut this momentum short. Now, as WWE fans eagerly await Liv's return, the big question is, how will WWE book her when she comes back? The injury and its impact on Liv's storyline. Liv Morgan's injury occurred during a high-profile match at Survivor Series 2023, when she suffered a serious knee injury. The match, which pitted Liv and Raquel Rodriguez against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, marked the end of Liv's run in the tag team division. WWE announced that Liv would need time off to fully recover, and since then, fans have been left wondering when, and in what capacity, she will return. Injuries often provide a unique opportunity for character evolution in wrestling, and Liv's situation is no exception. Could the time away be a chance for WWE to reinvent her character? While Liv's injury sidelined her from active competition, it allowed her to reflect on her career and the direction she wants to take upon her return. Many wrestlers who have been out due to injury often return with a new attitude or a reinvigorated persona. This could be the perfect opportunity for Liv to evolve her character beyond her underdog babyface persona and explore a darker, more intense side that fans got glimpses of before her departure. Potential spoilers for Liv Morgan's return. As we look forward to Liv Morgan's eventual return, several possibilities come to mind regarding how WWE could bring her back into the fold. A darker, more ruthless Liv Morgan. One of the most intriguing possibilities is a character shift for Liv Morgan. Before her injury, Liv began showing signs of adopting a more aggressive and ruthless attitude. This included her extreme match with Ronda Rousey, where she showed no hesitation in using unorthodox tactics to try and retain her title. A darker version of Liv could see her lean into that aggression, becoming more of a tweener, a character who is neither strictly face nor heel. Liv could return with a new sense of urgency, feeling as though she has been overlooked or disrespected during her time away. She could come back with a chip on her shoulder, attacking former allies like Raquel Rodriguez, or even targeting established stars like Charlotte Flair or Bianca Belair. A heel turn, where she's no longer the underdog, but rather the person everyone is rooting against, could be a great way to freshen up her character and create some compelling rivalries. A tag team or stable return. Another possibility is Liv Morgan's involvement in WWE's evolving tag team division. WWE has been working hard to build a stronger women's tag team division, and Liv's return could help solidify that effort. Her alliance with Raquel Rodriguez was met with fan excitement, and bringing the two back together as a tag team will provide some fresh matchups and storylines. Alternatively, WWE could opt to put Liv in a new faction, possibly alongside other underutilized women's talent who could benefit from the spotlight. Factions are a major part of wrestling storytelling, and a stable featuring Liv Morgan as a leader or prominent figure could be an exciting way to elevate her character while giving other women the chance to shine. With WWE's current push to bring back factions, a new school version of the Riot Squad, for example, could also be a great way to capitalize on Liv's previous character work and tie it into her new evolution. A big rivalry with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has become one of WWE's most dominant forces, especially after her rise to the top of the women's division. Liv Morgan's potential return could serve as a great catalyst for a major rivalry with Ripley. Given the contrast in their characters, Ripley is a dark, dominating powerhouse, and Liv as a resilient, quick, and emotional competitor. This could make for a highly compelling feud. A storyline that pits Liv Morgan against Rhea Ripley could bring out the best in both competitors. Liv, returning with an edgier persona, could challenge Ripley's dominance, looking to prove that she still belongs at the top of the division. Their matchups would likely be hard-hitting and emotionally charged, especially if Liv is portrayed as the plucky underdog once again, aiming to topple the reigning champion. Furthermore, Liv could use her history with Ronda Rousey to challenge Ripley, claiming that she is the real force in the division, not Rhea. This would give Liv a personal motivation to go after Ripley, bringing a strong sense of urgency and high stakes to the rivalry. A SmackDown or Raw Women's Championship run? While it may seem unlikely after her injury, a return as a main event contender for either the SmackDown or Raw Women's Championship isn't out of the question. Liv's return could be booked as her second chance, where she aims to reclaim what she lost in her brief stint as champion. After all, she's proved herself to be a fan favorite and has the wrestling ability to hold her own in high-profile matches. A championship run could lead to a dramatic storyline where Liv has to overcome both her personal demons stemming from her injury and loss and the dominant champions currently holding the titles. Fans could rally behind her, once again rooting for her to finish the story and win back the gold. A partnership with a top babyface or heel. If WWE decides to take Liv in a more nuanced direction, she could form an unexpected partnership with either a top babyface or heel. For example, she could form an unlikely duo with someone like Charlotte Flair or Bayley, two characters who have their own reasons to be involved in an intriguing story with Liv. These alliances would have the potential for betrayal, personal conflict, and shifting dynamics as WWE continues to build out its women's division.